Let's cover the New Hampshire primaries. So Donald Trump faced off against Nikki Haley. They're the only two major candidates left remaining in this race in New Hampshire for the primaries. The Democrats also had theirs. We'll cover that briefly in a second here. But after the primaries were over, Nikki Haley decided to say this to a reporter. Go ahead, pull this first video up.
Last question. Obviously, it gets sharp in the final days. Do you ever see yourself in a Trump administration if it were to come to that, or is that something you've absolutely closed the door on?
Martha, I'm running to win this race. And as much as everybody wants to talk about what I'm going to do, at some point, y'all are going to realize that I won this race, and you're going to have to accept when I say I told you so. It is slow. He wins the race. I've done this the entire time. We're going to finish it. I don't want anything else. I'm running to be president. I'm not going to pull out because somebody wants to be coronated. I'm not going to pull out because they think that I shouldn't be there. The political class has never thought I should be here. In South Carolina, in Congress, at the UN, no one has ever thought I should be here. And that's exactly why I should be here, because I'm fighting for normal people, and I'll always do that.
She's fighting for normal people. Nikki Haley, the defense contractor that sits on the board of a company that makes money every time we either go to war or send a bunch of weapons over to help somebody else fight a war. She's fighting for normal people. Mia, all of our parents sit on the boards of defense contractor companies, don't they? Mm-hmm. You have like 3 in your family.
Yeah.
Now, not very good defense contractors. That's why we kicked your ass. It's like hatchets and bows and arrows and stuff. Nonetheless, defense contractors. I got to stop the racist ribbing. You guys, okay, I don't give people shit if I don't like them. Okay? Relax. Get off my back. She's fighting for normal people. Nikki Haley, let's pull up her Wikipedia real quick here. Let's pull up her Wikipedia. Let's see her background. I don't know it. I'm just curious. Let's see.
Her campaign slogan is bothering me.
What is it?
Because it's Pick Nikki.
Pick Nikki. I liked Icky Nikki, but
it doesn't really rhyme. It should be Picky Nikki.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, so her father was a professor and her mother was a lawyer. Okay, yeah, so the normal people, the regular people. That's who she's fighting for. I also loved. Did you catch what she said in the beginning? People just need to accept that I won. The race is over. I won. Well, fortunately, we have the results from the race right here. Go ahead and pull them up for people. Let's see. She says she won. Let's look. What does that say? Who does that say won?
Good old Trump with 54.3%.
And how many raw votes? What was the number?
174,946. 946,946.
And how many? 946. Yes. And how many did she have?
139,469.
So which number's higher? 174, or what did you say? 139?
Yeah.
Which number's higher? So who won? Do you guys know the Bills actually won that game against the Chiefs last Sunday?
I think Chris Christie won.
How many votes did the Golden Corral candidate have?
1,429.
No, not how many calories are in his average meal. How many votes did he have? That's Chris Christie won the whole thing. I agree. You don't count Chris out yet. He's doing his thing. Okay, that's it. Well, Nikki was also confronted by some primary voters in a Chick-fil-A, and she just had surprisingly, Chris Christie wasn't there at the Chick-fil-A. Speaking of Christie, fast food, perfect segue. Didn't even do that one on purpose there. Just love how it works out that way sometimes. So Nikki was confronted at a Chick-fil-A by a couple patrons of the restaurant. I don't know if they were eating there, but go ahead and check out this interaction here.
Good to see you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you, Dean. Oh, I love that. We don't get out and vote on Tuesday. It's important.
Yeah. So, can I ask you just like a tiny question?
Yeah.
Do you think it's responsible for politicians to spend like $100 million in Iowa on TV ads, which go to mainly news stations that have lied to us for years, when there's homeless veterans out there that could use that money? When you didn't even come close to beating Trump, and you spent like $100 million in TV ad money,
Do you know my husband's a veteran?
That's fine, but I'm
He's
just
a combat
saying.
veteran.
I'm
And do you
asking
know that
you.
when the media doesn't tell the truth, the whole reason you put commercials on is to tell the truth because
Yeah,
the
but
media doesn't?
My point is, you're not going to be Trump, and
You know
all
what?
of the money you're wasting could go to better causes.
I appreciate
that would make
that.
the Republican Party actually look better.
You know what?
See what I'm
Last I
saying?
saw, it was a democracy. So we're going to keep working for a good democracy. We're going to work for freedom, but thank
But-
you for your service.
Okay.
Gonna keep. That's. That was ruthless takedown there. That was, and the way he said it, just all nonchalantly too. He butchered her. She did not have a good week. We have more videos from Nikki's chaos there. What else do we have? Oh yeah. So play this. Skip the brown girl one. Play the proposal one. Yeah, this is at her press conference. She had an interesting encounter with somebody. Go ahead.
But you know what? We've got a lot on the line here. We really do. And you look at what's happening in this election. Yes. Are you going to vote for me? Get out of here.
Nikki, will you marry me? Or are you going to vote for me? No, I'm voting for Trump. What a rough. I mean, that's almost as bad. The saddest campaign I could. Do you remember Jeb Bush in 2016, George Bush's brother? That was the most pathetic campaign I've ever seen because he was the favorite to win. He was the establishment pick. Everyone thought it was going to be Bush versus Clinton 2.0. And then Trump came along and used Jeb as his punching bag on national television for months, eviscerated him to the point, I bet you this guy's wife won't have sex with him anymore. Like, it was bad. Then I remember Jeb was at a rally, and he had to start using for his rallies the side rooms at hotels, like the office rental rooms, because he couldn't fill a high school gymnasium anymore. So he had to start using like the rooms that companies will do banquets at like a Hilton or a Marriott. And he went on a diatribe in this speech, and he paused, for where people, it's your mic drop moment, your punchline, waiting for people to clap, and nobody did anything. And Jeb goes, please clap. And everybody clapped. There was that moment, and then there was the moment where he's on TV with his mom, and, remember, he's got George Bush as his brother. There's a pretty successful family. And he just jokingly says, well, my mom finally told me that I'm her favorite son. Just jokingly. And his mom looks at him just with this stern look of seriousness and goes, no, I didn't. That was the most pathetic campaign I've ever seen. But she is making the push to get there. She is having her Jeb Bush moment, and she told you right there, she ain't stopping until she reaches the pinnacle of, is patheticness a word? I don't know. Of campaign sadness. Of just feeling like it's an abused puppy in one of Dr. Fauci's experiments. We got another video here. An interview she gave. Now we'll play that one. An interview she gave about how difficult it was for her growing up. Which it might have been in South Carolina, but go ahead, play this.
We were the only Indian family in our small southern town. I was teased every day for being brown. So anyone that wants to question it can go back and look at what I've said on how hard it was to grow up in the deep South as a brown girl. Anybody can look at my record and see when Walter Scott was shot down by a dirty cop, how I made sure that the Walter Scott family didn't suffer because we put the...
So she's pandering right now because in New Hampshire, which was the primary that just got over, in New Hampshire, Democrats and independents are also allowed to vote in the Republican primary. So what her entire strategy was, hey, enough of the people that I'm supposed to represent from my own party hate my guts. I get that. I'm going to pander to people on the left and see if they'll come vote for me. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought that woman was white. I thought that woman was white as a ghost, and I would have no idea that she was brown if it weren't for the fact she kept constantly bringing it up. Would you know she was brown?
Mm-hmm.
Would you? Just by looking at her? Well, you guys have that sixth sense thing. Telepathy or telepathy.
Telepathy.
Yeah, telepathy. I don't know where the word was coming from. I couldn't tell she was brown. I thought she was just a tan white lady. Nikki Haley? That's a white name. I just thought she was a tan white lady. So she was pandering to Democrats. And that was the goal there, was to try to steal the primary from Trump and get a little bit of momentum, because the next state they're going into is her home state of South Carolina. So she lost New Hampshire, which was the state she was banking on. That was the big one. She was supposed to win New Hampshire and then carry that momentum into South Carolina. She'd take her home state of South Carolina, and then, hey, we're cooking with some gas. Maybe now we can pull off the upset. Well, she lost New Hampshire. She lost New Hampshire despite not cheating, but, I mean, kind of cheating within the rules by courting people that aren't even part of her party to come vote for her. She lost there. She's about to go into her home state now with no momentum and get the shit beat out of her. It's over. It's over. So what do we think she does next? What's her next move after she's done running for president? What's her next grift? I think it's OnlyFans. OnlyFans. What do you think?
I don't know.
But instead of she doesn't do porn videos. She'll call in, it's pay me $10 a month and I will call in a drone strike on a third world country for you. It's stuff like that. You get to pick the village. Do you want me to hit a school? Do you want me to hit a hospital? Daytime's going to cost you a little bit extra because you want more people to be in the area, right? A marketplace, maybe a wedding. Where do you want me to bomb? That's what I'll do. She could make some money doing that. She probably would actually, if she just did OnlyFans, make an absurd amount of money.
Or she could do Cameo. Pull a George Santos.
It's
get on
not as
Cameo.
funny, though. No, because Santos is sassy. She doesn't have that asset. She needs to show off the goods, which apparently she does to everybody she works with because she cheated. So, I mean, what's it matter at this point? Apparently all of your coworkers have seen your hoo-has. Why not show them off to the internet, too? Who gives? Obviously, your cuck husband doesn't care. He's still with you. Flash him to the internet. Who gives a shit? We'll put it on the company card, and we'll leak them live on the show. That'll be a final fuck you to Nikki Haley. We won't even let it. We'll write it off as a business. Could you imagine me explaining that to my accountant? So it says here $12.50 to OnlyFans, and you're claiming that as a business expense? Well, you see, and I pull up the laptop and I show him the episode. This is what we were doing with it.
You just found out about OnlyFans 2 weeks ago.
Just found out about it. I had never heard of it.
Yeah.
Just found out about it 2 weeks ago when one of my staffers told me about it. God. That's... Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you can actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.